This photo was used by the bidding will start at $1 million.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial.
The home of Kansas City Royals baseball.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson from Lincoln Public Schools on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bigger Than the Score. I'm Peter from BHS LLC, and again, joined on the ones and twos with Mr. Harrison. How you doing today, Harrison?
Doing pretty good. It's warm to start the gates off today, but on that, it's been pretty good. We got training some new staff as we're getting ready for the move. Big Red welcomes tonight. Yeah. Football's right around the corner. Things are moving. I'm in a great mood.
You know what? You get, like we talked about a little bit earlier, and we got two scholars in here, but I mean, it's you know, it's a little hot outside. It's getting a little muggy, and so some friends called and said, "Hey, you want to go hit some balls and everything before it gets to be a ton." So I think we're going to go out and swing a little bit here, a little bit later. But been a great week. You know, just kind of kicking things off. Lincoln Public Schools got back into school. We started things on Monday.
Yeah, that's some football already.
Yeah, most students. I had Friday. Jay and Nick. The first high school game, so it was Pius and Lincoln Northwest, and so Pius won that one, but it much improved Lincoln Northwest squad. So congratulations to the Fighting Falcons out there and Coach Locke doing a tremendous job. They look stronger, a little bit better execution. I think I actually got on the board first in that game, and you got volleyball, kind of the prelim jamborees from a high school standpoint going on. You got colleges, some starting their season, so the NAIA. I think I saw College of St. Mary's and some other teams playing in some tournaments. And even like last night, we got to go to daughters playing at Kearney. So 5th year, grad year, and little different. Same conference in the MIIA. But, you know, she's wearing some blue and gold. And so I know Rico, I did learn how to do the lope thing. So do it the right way. I was throwing the horns up for Texas, and I got called on that. So
yeah, that's a big. You can't be doing that down there. That's a serious offense in Loper Nation.
Yeah. So it was you know, that was a good time, and seeing her enjoy herself and just kind of get back into that swing. So you know, I think athletically a lot of things are going on, but just you know, academically, you know, people are getting back into that mode. UNL moving, a lot of tears this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Because classes start tomorrow already, which is just insane. And then, like we said, we want to shout Daniel Keelan. I know he got a week 0 win, so it's always good to shout out the Huskers coming in.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just cool to see. And you know, I kind of want to ask you, Pete. You know, when it comes to this time of year, what's kind of your favorite part about that school you're rolling through again, since you're so involved with it?
Yeah, you know, I visited a number of schools this week, and I think it always gives me a lot of material for the year when I go out and speak and do different things. But you know, just seeing scholars kind of in awe. You know, there's some nervousness, there's some self-confidence, but especially in the grade in the middle schools, like, you know, hey, are you the principal? And I remember I went into one, and the scholar was like, man, you're going to be here a while. You just heard from the principal 10 minutes ago. And I was just like, you just heard from him. Well, you dressed nicer or whatever else. So it's those things. Some scholar said I was he goes, I think you're the superintendent. And he's like, no, man, he's the superintendent's best friend. So it's just that naiveness, but just that outright, just authentic, just humor, the fist pumps where somebody's not smiling. And you can go in and give a fist pump. One school I went into, the scholar was like, man, I look better. You got some nice drip, but I look better. I'll look better in it. I'm like, this cat's like 4'2". You know, I'm wearing a suit jacket. So I took my suit jacket. I was like, you want to wear it? He's like, cool, yeah. He put it on. He went full administrator mode, Harrison. He was like, da-da-da. And he's like, what time's lunch? He goes, 2 years. And just started pointing out, walking the halls. And it was just like, those were highlights for me. What about you?
Yeah, man, I'll be honest, this time of year, it's always, because, you know, I always say it's like I'm 24 years old, but it feels like I graduated in 2018.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it. Feels like it was 10 years ago. Wow. It's hard to believe that I left school in 2018, my high school anyways. Yeah, and it's just a lot of good memories. I will say to kids going into school, you really got to cherish that. Man, I can't think of how many memories I have that are just novelty 'cause it's the first time. And you have all those, a lot of those guys we don't stay in touch as much, but if we talk to each other, it'd be starting up like we talk to each other every day. So you definitely got just I'm really fond of those memories. And most exciting part for me is all these kids are going to be able to develop those memories, whether in sports, speech, whatever it may be, or even if you're just a rock star in the classroom, if that's your thing. It's just a really good time to kind of make those memories. And then you only get so many. One of my favorite quotes you had from one of your high schoolers that came in here, it's like, so what, what's your biggest advice for high schoolers? And it goes by fast, so enjoy it. It's really as simple as that.
Well, and you're like, I'm 24, and it feels like 10 years ago. I mean, I won't even give I graduated in 96 from East High, so shout out to the Spartans over there. But, it does. And then you go to college and like having a daughter in that stage, and you're just like you're thinking yesterday when you're walking in freshman day to walking across that graduation stage. So to those scholars out there, hey, do enjoy every moment. I send texts to my daughter on a regular basis. Just enjoy the moment when you walk out, whether it's that arena or in that classroom, like savor it, because you're not going to get that opportunity again. I think sometimes you think it's going to happen over and over again. And parents, relax. There's going to be some really great moments. There's going to be some highs and some lows. And then I think just educators as well. Like, sometimes we know the work that they put in, and that's office staff, custodial, paras, but just enjoy those moments. For me, just walking the building, that's been the really cool part. That being said, we got the UNL and Big Red Welcome coming up. And so, if you're a UNL college scholar, this is for you. Listen up, get your free campus cash, the student marketplace mini mag tonight at the Big Red Welcome. It starts at 6:30 p.m. and goes till 8:30. Lots of great stuff out there, and a ticket as well. So
some ticket gear, some free meals. There's going to be a lot of businesses there. So I think there's like Pizza Hut. I think maybe even Good Senses now. There's going to be a lot of places, Amigos.
You're going to get some food, some free food. Like if there's something about college, these are the moments you want it. These are the moments. What's that song? These are the moments you cherish.
Yeah.
Go get your stuff and get your ticket gear. Tag us. Put at 93.7 the ticket. Show it with some pride. There'll be some people from the station out there and everything.
Yep.
So get out there and enjoy that. But get your free campus cash at the student marketplace tonight at the Big Red Welcome, 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah, it's gonna be super exciting, and that is a good way, especially for new students coming in. Great way to get free stuff, and then a great way to kind of meet everyone too, and just kind of. It's a fun way to like kind of see Lincoln and kind of get comfortable walking around with a bunch of people, because a lot of these students coming in, it's really take that big picture, on the field.
Yeah.
They get the upcoming class to get in there. It is a lot of fun. Definitely recommend doing that. And obviously take being a media sponsor for it. It's just awesome. When you were in college, Pete, were you one of those people that week one, you're one of those people out there every single day trying to grab all the free T-shirts and stuff you can find?
I went to Hastings College, and so it was a little bit smaller, but we had like the first year student welcome. And so that was cool. Like they had a dance and everything. And so you kind of got to see everybody. Won't go into too much, but there was stuff, and it was like T-shirts, man, get it. Now the catch was, they had those credit card, you sign up and you get, I don't know if they had them with you, because I know there's some different predatory type things.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did when I was coming around.
Yeah, but you sign up and you get a free T-shirt or like a cooler or this, that, and the other, and you would sign with different names, so you would get like 5 or 6, and like never, but you had one credit card. You're like, wait a minute, you're gonna give me $2,500, and so that financial literacy kind of had to come into play.
Yeah.
But yeah, free stuff. Man, I'm kind of still that way. I'm still that, like, you go to game night. I remember going to Houston and I got a bobblehead, and I like sent a picture back home, and they're like, yeah, free stuff, Pete. gotta love it.
Oh yeah, you gotta take advantage of it. I'll be honest, I took advantage of some of our goodie bags. I saw what we were sending down there, and I was like, "This is a nice koozie. I'll take this."
We're gonna have to get that up.
Yeah, we got. I can't remember what we're all bringing, but there's lots of cool stuff, and obviously some college money. What's it called? I gotta double check the name here. I believe it's called Campus Cash.
Campus Cash.
Yeah, Campus Cash. Bring the thing in there. So it's just very cool. But before we kind of go to break here, why don't we preview what we have ahead here for Bigger Than the Score?
Yeah, each week, like I said, it's just been a special opportunity. DP, Rebecca, Harrison, you've coming in the morning to create this space. I mean, last week was off the chain. If you have not listened to last week's show, and I appreciate the mentions throughout the week, that's when I know that it's made an impact, where Raph and Nick and a couple other people made note of it. Keith L. Brown was on the show, and
Great motivator.
Yeah, take a listen from Savannah, Georgia, an inspirational, motivational speaker with Leading Lariah and Essential Evelyn. But this week's no different. We've got two young men who are scholars. They are gentlemen that I've had opportunity to kind of loosely meet, but excited to hear kind of the knowledge that they'll drop. And so we have EJ Felder, who is a scholar over at the new Standing Bear High School.
Oh, nice.
So he got to kind of kick it off and open it up. He might be on the administrative team right now over there with Dr. Casada. I'm not sure, but he's got a journey that he's new to the state as well. And so be interesting to kind of hear, like, you're new to the state and then you go to a brand new high school.
Yeah, does that have all like high freshmen through seniors right now?
No, so it's freshmen and sophomores.
Just freshmen and sophomores.
Freshmen and sophomores,
okay.
Yeah, for this first year. So excited to kind of hear about his experience there, but also his journey. And then we've got a young scholar here, Cam Dale. And Cam is a fifth grader at Cooser Elementary School. And Cam is, I met Cam at football camp. Ricky Simmons had Coach Thompson on, and Coach Thompson put on Thursday Night Lights camp for an opportunity for scholars to have an opportunity to experience football and skills. And he just impressed me with how he carried himself throughout the evening. Talented in a lot of ways, but his character, and I'll explain kind of just, how he caught my eye, but he takes, he makes great choices, but he also takes chances to put himself out there. And so both these scholars here today, I'm excited to have on. I've been trying to get them for a while. So looking forward to just what they'll share on 93.7 The Ticket. Bigger Than the Score. We'll be back right after this break.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition Wellness has proven that narrative wrong for 20 years and changed lives better in the process. Their team trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires business with the right people. And the right people when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, towing parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
Come on, back in the day. Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Great Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs, maintenance, pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full semi. Great before DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Great Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Early break with Sip and Shake.
What'd you call him earlier? He said a name. He said a name.
I said you look like a big swimming pool. You look like a big swimming pool over there. I called you Big Swim.
All right. She didn't tell the people what you call me.
Don't hang that over my head.
Track record here.
Early break with Sip and Shake from 6 to 8 every morning.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free highway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Price Right Auto. We have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Cars, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal cars come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Repeat after me.
I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power. My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Called Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Sunday morning, it's quiet. Not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, and tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know. Don't sleep on that date nut. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
On the block with Strick and Austin.
Donnie Nelson kind of was doing a little, backyard boogieing with Mark Cuban in the background. Moves are done and things are happening to which you don't really know about. That seems to me what happened in this situation. Things were going on, conversations was being had at the highest levels, and you're not in on the party.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9. The weekly Husker Online radio show will give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson from Lincoln Public Schools on 93.7 The Ticket and FM.com.
All right, fantastic. Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson, and on the board, producer Harrison. We really appreciate that as always. Again, if you want to get in touch with us, Harrison, how can they go ahead and do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can get in touch with the starter aim. It's X-Line 402-464-5685. And we're also streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. We did have one from the X-Line. I wanted to shout out here from 9169 to say hi to EJ and tell me miss him at Moore, his 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Renfro. So already gotten some notability out here.
Okay. Got some love already being shown on the text line.
Appreciate it from Mr. Renfro.
So, hey, we've got two scholars as we talked about in preview before we went to break. We've got EJ, who's already gotten a shout out, and we've got Cam here. Glad to have both of them here today. How y'all doing? Good. Okay, two scholars. They're upright, ready to go, had their cup of coffee, had a good night. Hey, so let's just get right into it. EJ, tell us a little bit about who you are. Kind of, have you always gone to school in Lincoln, Nebraska? Got a shout out here. I know you're not originally from here. And then who's in your family?
All right. So I'm not originally from here. I was born in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
I didn't live there. My family was on a trip when I was born. But most of my life, I lived in the South Coast, like Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, all around there. I moved here in February and went to Moore Middle School for a month or two. But my family, it just consists of all girls. I have 5 sisters.
Oh, you said all girls and 5 sisters. Okay. And said that with a smile too, Harrison. Go ahead. Name them out.
I have 4 older than me: Alexa, Destiny, Jasmine, and Haley, and then 1 younger, Faith, my little sister. She's in 8th grade.
Okay.
Tilly's more. It's all about my family. I have my mom. She's great. She's nice. She's loving. My dad, he's the head athletic. Head. I can't think of.
You better get that title right now. Okay, so he's dad, he's father, he's everything to me. That's what you got to go ahead.
Biggest inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, but I went to Moore Middle School. Moved here in February. Just went there. Now I'm attending Standing Bear High School as a freshman.
Okay.
Just first class.
Okay.
I play football, wrestling, track, all around athlete. I'm a scholar. I get good grades, pay attention in class.
Yeah.
I lived in Georgia for the longest amount of time. It's about all.
Fantastic. Give a shout out your mom and dad's name.
Oh yeah, Gus Felder and Kelly Felder, my parents.
Okay, fantastic. And Cam, what about you? Who makes up your family?
My mom, my dad, and their names are Jay Perry and August D'Angelo.
Okay.
And my grandpa and grandma.
Okay. And where did you? So you're in fifth grade. Where have you always lived here in Lincoln, or have you moved around a little bit?
I've always lived here in Lincoln, except for 3 months when I was born in Wyoming.
Okay. So born in Wyoming and made it out here, and so both of you talked a little bit, just about your family, about your involvement. What else are you involved in?
The only sport I really do is football.
Okay.
I did track for 2 years, but then I was doing 3 sports at that time, so I decided to drop track, and then next I didn't do wrestling anymore.
Okay.
So I play football right now, and yeah, like you said earlier, I school at Cougar Elementary.
Okay. So talk about that involvement. I'm going to go back to you, EJ. First week of school, okay. And so Harrison and I talked about, you were like, man, y'all are old. He was like 2018. I said like he's high school 1996. You were like 1996. Like I've heard about that, Atari or whatever else. What was it like your first week of school? But not only your first week of school, you come to a brand new school that's just opening up. Tell us like a little bit like what that experience was like on Monday.
Yeah, so it was honestly like normal high school. They planned it out really well, made sure the building was nice and cleaned up before everyone came. You wouldn't be able to tell it was a new high school because everything just looked so in place. Everything looked normal. Everything's just how it's supposed to be. I liked it. Everything was great. I like Standing Bear. I like it more than any high school I've seen.
Wow. What makes Standing Bear unique? As you walked in, I know you may have not seen all the other high schools, but you also could have. You've been here for a little bit, so you're kind of familiar. What makes Standing Bear unique in a place that you said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and this is where I'm going to make my home?
The staff they've crafted and brought around for the students is just better than anything else I've ever seen. The coaching staff for the football, the teachers, the principal, all around is just a really good staff to be around.
Wow, that's cool to hear. I think Dr. Casada, who's over there, is the principal, Trish Lynn, the associate principal. You've got a fantastic, like you said, staff that's made, not only just from the lunchroom staff to the custodial staff, classroom staff. So great shout out to them. Cam, what was your first week of school like? Going to Cougar, you're on top of things. You're fifth grade, so you're in there flexing, making it happen. What was that first week like?
It felt a little weird because I'm not used to being the oldest in the school.
Okay.
So yeah, it felt a little bit weird, but overall it's fine.
Okay. So what is the thing you're looking most forward to this year? This year, as you after the first week, you made that assessment. You're like, okay, school started. I know these halls. This is what I'm going to make happen before I walk out these doors in a good way.
Probably just like setting a good example.
Love that. What does that look like, EJ? I want to ask you that same question. What does setting a good example look like to you? Whether that's from yourself, whether that's from the educators that are in the building, or from your peers.
Like not talking in the hallways is a big rule, and they're super strict on it. So most of the kids talk in the hallway, but I don't, and I want to just walk quietly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, set a good example for younger kids.
And I can tell that with you, like you have that presence that when you come in. Not only does he have that presence, Harris, I'm a little jealous. We got two people with a full head of good looking hair here, so I'm taking it all in, seeing what that looks like for me. But I like that, just walking with the presence, but also just kind of having that quietness about you. EJ, what does that look like for you? The answer to that question I just posed to Cam.
For me, it's more of just being a leader, walking around, making sure everyone's doing the right thing. Always set a good example for everyone above you, younger than you, doesn't matter. Just always being someone people can rally around and just be around without having to do anything they're not supposed to.
Wow. Like I like how you talked about that. It's just people rallying around you. We always talk about, relationships, and we talk about just, that support and what that support looks like. What's a question for me? Like something that people don't know just by looking at you. If somebody's just coming up and they just see you, what's something that they wouldn't know by just looking at you?
Probably wouldn't know I'm as smart as I am. I look like I'm just a football player, but I'm pretty smart.
Okay, okay. Talk about those grades. Talk about what you got your math teacher. You got your math teacher texting in. Traditionally, we'll have a coach or
Yeah,
somebody.
I've never gotten a
else.
shout out by my
Yeah,
teacher. That's
yeah.
my fault, not their fault.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. But what does that mean to you when you talk about the academics and that's the book side of things?
To me, it's less about grades and more of just giving everything I have. You know what I mean? Like, just always trying to be the best I can be and do everything I can to make everyone around me, just a good environment. But for the grade part, I always do my best, give it all I got. It's normally turns out pretty well for me, but that's what it's about for me.
Awesome, awesome. Cam, about you, like when you think about just the classroom experience, like that learning piece, why is that so important to you?
That I feel like it's important to me because I my mom always talks about how like you can't have football without academics but you can have academics without football. So
I'd like say that again for those some of those out there listening.
you can have academics without football, but you cannot have football without academics.
Academic, that a powerful statement, just in itself. So we oftentimes talk about relationships. Each of you talked about your families, you talked about your sisters, you talked about the folks and your extended family. Um, tell me, like, why do relationships matter to you? And then just briefly, like a relationship or a mentor that you've had in your life that has like really kind of like to this day helped me to be who I am.
Yeah, for me, it's more. I have a lot of relationships in my life, a lot of friendships, people that inspire me and help me be great. But the relationship that probably like inspires me the most to be great is just my dad. He's just a great guy, always has been, just teaching me to do this I can. That's just who I rally around.
What's one thing? Just I know he's given you many things. What's one thing that he's imparted on you, or just kind of really just like you've taken and said, okay, that's going to stick with me forever.
The main thing is he always tells me to put God before anything else. Put God before school, God before football, anything. He always tells me to put God, academics, and then football. Anything after that is how it's going to go.
Wow, fantastic. Cam, what about you? Why are relationships so important?
I feel like relationships are important because if you don't have relationships, you can't like have somebody that can push you to be better than you are and help you get there too.
So with that, what's a piece of advice that you've received from one of your relationships that you're kind of like, man, I'm always going to value that. That's helping me in life right now.
Like I said earlier, probably from my mom when she said like the academics before football.
Okay. That's sticking with him, Harrison, right there.
Yeah,
Those books.
Jay Foreman mentioned it during Inside the Huddle, but he talks about what's the one thing he tells high schoolers, college kids, as well as elementary. He always talks about time management. That's super important. And talking to these guys that figure out to get it, school is definitely one where time management, school needs to be up there.
Yeah.
And that's just so big because these guys said before, but you're not playing football if you don't have the grades.
Right.
So you got to take care of that. And even if you're young, if you can really, it's not gonna be perfect, but just keep crafting and working on that time management. That's something that I wish I would have worked harder on. But obviously, you figure it out sooner, the better.
Yeah.
Obviously, you listen to Felder here; he's figured out grades are important.
Yep.
Definitely got to keep that up. But yeah, no, absolutely, just time management's huge, and I think these guys are kind of both preaching on it.
Well, and I appreciate everything that you both have said. And so we're going to head to a break. But when we come back, I want to ask you about advice. We've asked you about advice you've received, but what's some advice that you would give to your parents, to peers, to educators, and just the greater community? So when we come back from this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score, you're with Pete Ferguson and Harrison producing on the boards.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free yet free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Price Drive. We have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Cars, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal cars come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THC flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive selection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Stewart, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Allergies or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years, changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and motion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-24-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional park, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For a happier, healthier furry friend.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast bread. Maybe you're an apple drizzle guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real one is no. Don't sweet, not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetic offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before bed.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talk to my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Happy hour.
What if I told you that a Babe Ruth bat that was matched to a 1923 game sold for $1.3 million?
An auction of this caliber with these kind of items, some got gloves on. They're like putting the bat on like the thing, and they're like, this is just like some dude with like glasses on the front of his nose. This bat was used by Babe Ruth in 1923. This photo proves that this bat was used by Babe Ruth. The bidding will start at $1 million.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at premierdw.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson from Lincoln Public Schools on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 Ticket. Bigger Than the Score, Peter Ferguson, and joined on the board on the ones and twos with Harrison. Had a great first couple segments and had EJ. We got EJ Felder, who is a first-year scholar, over at Lincoln Standing Bear High School. Really gave some great insight on just what's important to him, those people that are in his life. And so we're going to kick it off because he remembered his dad's title now. So we're going to say, who's your dad and what's his title?
Yeah, my dad's the head player development at the University of Nebraska. So he just like all around just helps every athlete, all the people around, just helps them get jobs, helps their family, just helps them try to get comfortable where they're at.
Fantastic. We didn't want you to have to go out there and walk home because you didn't know what your dad did for a job or whatever. Christmas was going to be real tough. And then we've got Cam Dale. Cam is a fifth year. He's a fifth grader at Kuzner Elementary School. So out here repping. Any staff over at Kuzner you want to give a shout out to, Cam?
I wanted to shout out to my new teacher, Mrs. Peterson. She has been super nice.
Okay. Hey, smart young man right there. His current teacher. He didn't go to like my kindergarten. He was like, Miss Peterson, you've been absolutely been fantastic. I'm looking for all those, those great compliments, a good phone call home and everything. So wonderful. As we talked, before we went in the break, I always ask each week, just advice. We asked you about advice you've been given, but I want to talk about some advice that you would give. And so we want to start off with, what is some advice that you would give parents out there? And it doesn't necessarily need to be your parents, but what is some advice that you would give just from your perspective that parents need to hear?
Yeah, so advice I'd give to other parents, not my parents personally, because they do it great, but advice I'd give to other parents I know is let your kids do what they want. Like a lot of parents force their kids to play sports or force their kids to do stuff. I'd recommend be there to be support and make the right decisions, but don't force them to do something they wouldn't like to.
Wow. And I think sometimes choosing your own journey, letting them have their own journey. And so good advice. Cam, what about you? Some advice that you give parents out there?
Probably like the same he said, but I'd say that.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. I know it's that stuff because you're like, man, I've never, I'm always the one supposed to give advice. Like I'm supposed to, but just something that you would, if there's a parent out there listening, something maybe your parents that are doing real well with you that you want other parents to know.
That you should be happy with what your kid wants to do in the future.
That's like I said, both of y'all heard that, kind of over and over again. It's your journey, and so celebrate us, not what you want or what you didn't get. So I'm going to start with you, Cam. What's some advice that you would give to peers? And so what I mean by peers is I say people kind of kindergarten through 12th grade. What's some advice that you'd give to fellow scholars?
I'd say if you want to do any sport, you have to put time into it and try not to fulfill your childhood dreams, but put time into the sport in school.
So it's like And again, it's great to have those dreams, but you got to invest in today. You got to invest in the day. Powerful. EJ, what's some advice that you would have for your fellow scholars?
Yeah, the advice I would have is like you said earlier, time management. It's a really important skill to master and have in your pocket to use because without time management, you can go all over the place, not be able to take care of everything you need in the road. Just make sure you have everything in time and pack when you need it.
And I think Jay said it earlier on the show, and Harrison mentioned that. I think one of the things is it's like a habit. If you can develop that early on, and I'm gonna be the first to say that was something I struggled with. I'm the type of person I was a procrastinator, still sometimes do, and so I thrived off that. I'm like, man, okay, that's a challenge and get it done. But if you can develop that at the age that you're at, and in that K through 12, man, later on in life, it's gonna become so valuable. It's not just it's just not a thing for today. It's a thing that'll carry on long in life. So
yeah, it's absolutely that repetition, and fitness fanatics, they'll talk about that
yeah.
repetition, and I'm sure you're aware of that repetition.
Yeah.
It really makes a difference. Just got to be there, show up every day, and like you guys were saying, that time management. I think it's it's probably the hardest skill I think as a high schooler for me, and anyways, pick up too. I think it was really hard. So much of your high school days kind of scheduled out for you. So to get that time management part, it's kind of hard to get, maybe 4 hours. It's actually yours, but to actually, you just make those 4 hours for fun. Since we got a little bit of time here, what were kind of some of the things you did to finally get that time management on track?
I think you learn the hard way. Sometimes it's the consequences and when things don't happen the right way. So I think it's those consequences. And then it's like, okay, if you learn from those mistakes, learn from when you don't do it. Because sometimes it costs you things that you really care about. It costs you the opportunity to participate in athletics, costs you an opportunity to get a job. And so I think those are the things that I ended up doing. So I want to ask EJ just advice that you would have for educators.
For educators, most educators I've had are good, but I've heard of some that aren't good. I would probably just tell them to be there for the student. Some educators are more stuck in wanting the students to do the work and get everything done, but I would recommend for them to be there for the student and ask how they're doing, and just being there as more of an adult to talk to.
Okay. We always talk about you can be a friend but not a peer, and I've always used that statement. So I appreciate saying that. Cam, what's a piece of advice that you would have for educators?
I'd say probably that to be nice to your students, and that you can't yell at your students.
Thank you from the HR and me. We appreciate that. No yelling at your scholars, but keep going.
And just have fun with them and don't be so strict and you have to get that work done.
Okay. Fantastic. Kind of both of you talked a little bit. We haven't focused so much on just the athletic side of things, but both of you participate are scholar athletes. And so, you're at Standing Bears, the first year program. I have to say, I will put up that those uniforms, your color scheme is probably one of the tightest in this, not just the city, but I'm just going to maybe even say the state.
No, they got the best colorways in Lincoln.
Yeah, y'all look sharp. Y'all look sharp coming out. So what are some things that you've experienced in a first year program that have been good? What are some challenges? And then just kind of what are some of the goals for you personally, but then also the school and the team?
Yeah, so just starting off with the what was the first question?
So just some goals that maybe you have that you're experiencing over at Standing Bear.
Yeah, so far at Standing Bear, I've experienced a really good coaching staff. They've got a really good coaching staff with our head coach Adam Schulte. Got together a real good coaching staff for us to rally around and learn from. But some goals I have is my main goal is just to be able to provide for my family. Making it to the NFL, that's one of my dreams, but there's many other plans. Another goal is just to have the academics in place so I can have any job I want. And dreams for the team is just I want to help win as many state titles as I can in my 4 years.
Wow.
Do everything I have on the field.
What's been one of the bright spots that you've seen? I know you had a scrimmage yesterday, but what's been one of the bright spots of the team so far that you've seen? Like, wow, okay, we're a little bit farther along than I thought we'd be.
One of the bright spots is just seeing everyone come together from the first day to now is so much different. It's like everyone learned each other and they're starting to become more of a team, less than just football players on the field.
Okay. And what would you say one of the challenges that you've experienced, as you're saying, okay, a first year program, we're coming in, not everything's going to be perfect, but it's something we're going to address, but it's just something right now we're going to have to work through.
one of the challenges I face is because a lot of people in the team rally around me because they find me as like a leader.
Okay.
Is I try to like be the best I can and trying to help people that haven't been football before learn the sport. That's probably one of the hardest things is trying to teach them
Right.
because when they get nervous, they around the coaches, so they ask me, and I try to teach them the most I can. But I'm not, the best teacher.
Okay, but you're growing into that, and so I think that's leadership and character in itself. Cam, you're at a little different level. You're starting to learn the game. You're still growing and things like that. What's been something that you've had some success with that you're like really proud of so far in your athletic journey?
I'd say I'm proud of just like getting here and like from when I started, I barely could throw 5 yards.
That's always important. I mean, the thinking duck is good, but they'll catch on pretty quick.
And I play for a team called Neiman and Sons and
Okay.
LIF, and we've improved a lot. So like, just like we've got good athletes and we have great coaches too.
Okay. So what's one of your future goals?
Like NFL, but if I like don't get in the NFL or go out, I will would to be a doctor or a neurosurgeon.
Oh, okay. Sure. You went ahead and threw it down right there. I like how they always come in Harrison. They give us these things they want to be, and we can't even spell it. EJ, I didn't ask you. Like you talked about NFL, but what's a future? Just it's a profession, but he's talked about neurosurgeon. What's a field of study that you want to kind of go into?
Yeah, feels like I would like to get in is athletic health. I think something like that.
Okay.
Something that feel like my dad. He has a lot of what's it called? Degrees.
Degrees,
Yeah,
okay.
degrees, and he was all just around the football, being a coach, strength coach, athletic director, head coach, all around that place. If I didn't get to the NFL, I feel that's where I would want to be.
Okay, fantastic. And so, tell us, what brings you joy? I mean, there's always that question. Is like, what's something that just brings you joy?
Seeing other people around me happy, like seeing that what I did help, like at the scrimmage when I can tell that I made a bad play, it wasn't the best feeling because I like to make my team happy and lift them up and be a leader. So yeah.
Okay, Cam, what about you? What brings you joy?
Probably like just seeing my brother and sister and playing with them.
Wow. I like how that's always been like simple things.
Yeah.
And they don't talk about Harrison each week. We've got people coming here and they don't talk about like things that, money or winning lottery or having this. It's just been like sometimes people just chilling at home with that.
Yeah. I think we probably had in my head I can probably count 4 of them that just been sitting at home watching football with my dad.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are that simple. We got a little bit of time here. I'm curious, since we got some football fans in here, are you guys NFL fans?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your team?
The Ravens.
The Ravens? Okay, I want to see it. You got one?
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs and Ravens. Okay, no Cowboys. I just wanted to make sure no one
You got
was...
a Dallas Cowboy fan over here. Y'all heard me. I was like, man, he's gonna say the right thing. We're gonna go ahead and give you one of those UNL, campus cash. Get you on campus. So what do you like about the Ravens? What do you think they're gonna do this year?
This year, I feel like they're gonna be better this year with the squad they've got with Odell Beckham and Lamar. I
Okay.
feel like they're gonna be a powerhouse, especially with they got a new wide receiver core last year. Lamar was hurt; they didn't have wide receivers. It was not a good year, and they still made it pretty far. I feel like now that they have their quarterback back, got a better O line, a better, stronger defense, and 2 new wide receivers, I feel like we can make it far.
Harrison, the way this cat just broke it down, we might need to get him a show. I mean, you broke that down like you were on ESPN. All right. Cam, what about you? What makes the Chiefs so special?
Patrick Mahomes.
See, I knew I knew he just looked at me right away. He was just like Patrick Mahomes.
And that's the right answer, too.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He can't throw to himself, but
I also like Kadarius Toney and how
Okay.
shifty he is.
Okay. So both of y'all break. We might just need to go ahead and give them the breakdown hour.
Yeah, we'll get an NFL Sunday night.
Yeah.
We'll just bring these guys in here. Break it down for us.
Well, hey, just that, with a couple minutes we have left, I always something else I want to do. Give me 30 seconds, okay, 15 to 30 seconds on what you would say to your younger self, younger or future self. So just kind of preface it as you're talking to your younger or your future self.
Yeah, so if I was talking to my younger self, I'd probably just tell myself to, make better decisions. I didn't make many bad decisions, but there's a couple I could have improved on and not made. And I feel like just all around being a better person. Like from a younger age, I could have started being a leader earlier than I did. And I feel like just being a leader and being someone people can be around without having to act out is just something I should always be into my future self. is just keep working hard. You know, always be the person people can be around. Always be the person people can look up to. Always be the person that is just someone who, you know, just a nice person to be around. You know what I mean? That's
Wow.
all I'd say.
Powerful. Cam, what about you?
Probably like the same with me. I'd say like one big mistake I made was like not eating that well.
Okay.
Since like I've always been above average in weight, but I feel like I need to eat more.
Okay.
And for my future self, just continue working hard and be the best you can be.
My big thing is eat while you can. Yeah, you got a lot of people that are listening right now be like, man, I wish I had that problem. So real good. And one thing I want to start this it's Sam Stetcher. He's a colleague, individual. He always has a thing he calls it Mission Mondays. And so I want to ask you, what is your mission on Monday? What is your mission for tomorrow when you walk into the building? What is your mission for Monday?
My first thing I think about when I get into school is how can I be a leader today? 'Cause my dad every morning always texts me, "Have a good day. I love you. Be a leader and do everything through God." And the first thing I think about is just what can I do today to improve somebody else's day. So
Wow.
when I walk in, I'll just think, how can I help somebody? If that's helping someone work, helping someone find a class, helping somebody do something, be nice to a teacher, sitting with someone at lunch that doesn't have anyone to sit with, just being someone that is all around just nice to people.
Powerful. Cam, what about you? What's your mission for Monday?
Probably like he said too, be a leader and also just like be nice to people and don't be rude.
Wow. I love how y'all kind of set that up. That's fantastic.
Yep,
phenomenal
and I
mission.
do want to shout out from YouTube here. I said shout out my nephew EJ 100 being a young professional, and absolutely these guys have been great today. And again, go to ticketfm.com in case you missed any of the podcast.
Awesome. So, hey, I want to thank both EJ. I want to thank you all. I'm glad to have you and your family in the state and you representing Standing Bear High School. Cam, look forward to just all the success that you're going to have this year and out there at Hoosier. As we close on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score is the closing quote from George Washington Carver. When you can do the common things in life in an uncanny way, you will command the attention of the world. Again, when you can do the common things of life in an uncanny way, you'll command the attention of the world. Both these scholars are definitely doing that. So go out and continue to just do those common things. Be kind, give civility, justice, and equity, and we'll make it happen. Join us next week on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson.
Thank you.